Hey there, quirky folks! I'm your host, Anna, and today we'll be looking at the new abilities that Nebula is going to get in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. This is supposed to be the final outing with the current Guardians lineup, and that's why James Gunn has been hyping it up since forever. It is his last MCU movie, so we expect that he will allow almost every character in the team to be at their best. This film is supposed to be more about Rocket than any other character, but I reckon that Nebula might play a crucial role in the story as well. She has been a great supporting character in almost every one of her MCU appearances. In the first film, she was the supporting antagonist, but her role grew bigger in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Avengers Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame. She went from just an ordinary villain to a crucial member of the team. Her bond with her sister grew stronger, and her hatred for her father also increased. So, her overall character development created a great dynamic for the stories she was involved in. In fact, she was amongst the two most important Guardians in Endgame, and it was because of her that the final act could even happen. So, we expect her to secretly have a big role in Volume 3 as well. And with her character growth, her powers have also evolved. Let's look at the set of powers and abilities she has in the MCU and see the new additions that she got in Volume 3. First up, Nebula has superhuman strength. We've already seen how strong Nebula is, as she has taken on some of the toughest opponents within the MCU. Gamora herself is pretty sturdy, and Nebula went toe-to-toe with her. She took down a younger version of herself, but most importantly, she wasn't afraid to go up against her father. So, I'd say that she isn't the strongest character in the MCU when it comes to her super strength, but she might be as powerful as a regular super soldier like John Walker or even Bucky. Who knows, she might have actually subdued Bucky to steal his vibranium arm. Besides her strength, she also possesses superhuman durability and stamina. Nebula is one character who can just go on in battle. I mean, not only does she have the will to just keep fighting, but she also has the stamina and durability to do so. After all, she survived Thanos' torture for her entire life. Thanos was a real dick to her as a father. He kept replacing her body parts to enhance her, and those cybernetic enhancements basically turned her into a cyborg. They increased her strength, durability, and stamina. On top of that, she even got several new abilities thanks to the added machinery. And one of those enhancements is a new Nanotech Arm. While Nebula was the one to steal Bucky's arm, she herself has been on a journey to perfect her own arm. First, she cut off her hand in Volume 1 and temporarily added a weird weapon to replace that in Volume 2. But towards the third act, we saw her getting a new hand from the Ravagers, which she continued to have until Endgame. Then in Endgame, she damaged her arm again while trying to get the orb. So it was upgraded yet again in Thor: Love and Thunder. But now in Guardians 3, Nebula has got a new Nanotech Arm, which looks a lot like the Centennials from X-Men Days of Future Past. But this arm works exactly like Tony's nanotech suits, or perhaps Blue Beetle's Scarab. It can create a long and hot blade if the Blue Meanie needs it, and it can also be turned into a massive cannon. Even Karen Gillan teased this new addition to Nebula's arsenal. I bet that Rocket gave Nebula this upgrade after she gifted Bucky's arm to him. But anyway, it does seem like a cool addition, as it totally upgrades her character. Even though she is more sentient than Robot compared to DC's Cyborg, this new arm upgrade has made her more like the DC character. And another upgrade that she is getting is the ability to fly. So far, Nebula has been an expert at flying spacecrafts, but now she has got a similar ability to her endgame buddy, Tony Stark. That's because Rocket didn't just give her a cannon arm, but also a set of wings. It will be interesting to see if these wings do something more than just flying. But besides them, Nebula also becomes a great fighter due to her skill with weapon. So far, we have seen Nebula handle a bunch of weapons. She used daggers in Volume 1, then she switched to blasters. We saw her attack Thanos with a couple of batons. Then she used blasters in Endgame once again, and took up a massive gun in Thor: Love and Thunder. Now she has got a new arm that turns into a sword and a blaster at will. So along with her skill in hand-to-hand combat, Nebula knows how to handle all kinds of weapons really well. It would have been nice if, just like the comics, she would have used the Infinity Gauntlet in Infinity War as well. But that didn't happen. However, her Nanotech Arm is a great addition for what might be her final MCU outing. Are you excited for Nebula's arc in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons if you enjoyed this video. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next one.